here is where the drywall's coming like this. And this is flush with your drywall. Get going today. We got a fun day ahead. We can get this wrapped up. We're gonna get to cabinets soon. All right, Bryson, count us down. What? 1, 2, 3. Ideal!
For painting the walls, do you want us to use the plastic and have it cover pretty much all the way to the floor?
No.
No?
No.
You said use plastic instead of paper.
See this, how this is done?
Yes.
So it's not hanging down to the floor, right? It's taped up across.
So why do you use the paper instead of the plastic?
Because the plastic didn't reach far enough.
Oh, okay.
So we use the paper where the plastic didn't reach.
Okay.
Yeah. But you will want to tape a thing of tape around first to make your edge.
Yeah.
And then tape the plastic to that tape, right?
Gotcha.
Got it?
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, let's go. So we got a couple of things to do today, but the first thing to get done is getting the inside ready to paint, particularly the walls. So today we're gonna be taping off the ceiling. So we're gonna be able to go in with the painting and spray it all down.
Very cool. And you guys already did primer, you said, right?
Yep, yesterday we primed the whole building, so we're just ready to go.
Perfect, that's good.
All right, let's get it. So right now, we're just doing, well, in reality, we're just prepping this right now by taping it. So there's a couple of steps when it comes to taping off the ceiling. Since we're using a sprayer and not rollers, we have to tape off the entire ceiling just to make sure that none of the paint particles get on the roof at all when we're spraying everything down.
We're going to plan to keep the paint particles off the roof.
Yeah, so that paint sprayer blows a lot of paint all over the place to make sure that everything gets nice and coated, a nice even layer. But one of the bad parts about it is the fact that it gets everywhere. So you just have to make sure that all the other places that you don't want painted gets protected and has a nice even strip of tape on it, just in case that paint decides to go elsewhere during your painting process. So that when you take all the tape off, it's a nice finish and it's ready to sell.
And this is a special tape that's not going to leave any issues, right?
Yep, this is just regular painter's tape, but what's cool about it is it's sticky enough to stay on, but not sticky enough to take the paint off. So it'll be nice and protected, but at the same time, the material and the paint underneath is safe as well. It's going good so far. Just trying to make sure that the edges are as close to the corner as they can be. Because if they're not, if the walls are two different colors, or the ceiling and the walls are two different colors, it's really gonna stand out. Like see, for example, right, I don't know if the camera can see it, but right at that corner right there, there's a little bit of that ceiling still poking out. So I'm gonna grab another strip of tape, make sure that's lined up right there, and then continue on from there. So just put that right there, make sure that's sealed to the corner nice and tight. It's all art. You gotta have a very cautious eye to be able to pay attention to this. Because if your eye doesn't catch it right now, it's definitely gonna catch it when you take off the tape. Alrighty, Devin, so right here we have Devin's trim that he put on the corner of this wall. Right now what they're doing is covering all the holes that they put into it with a little bit of spackling, which is like a pink putty, as you can tell, but when it dries, it's nice and white. You can sand down the stuff that's on top and then paint over it so it looks like it was never there before. So that's what they're doing right now to all the trim on the bottom and the top, all over the windows. And then after that, we're gonna go over with Versasatin paint and paint it all white and make it look all nice and shiny. So props to my boy, Devin right here. Never seen this guy make a mistake in his life.
Putting putty everywhere.
Everywhere, man. It's pretty sick. We got the plastic. So the plastic is gonna be going up on the ceiling. I just gotta go figure out if I have enough of this roll to make it work. So let's go check it out. Isabel, would you be able to help me with this? Enter my domain.
Will you be able to help me with this?
With the karate chop to my face, I can help you. Here you go. Go ahead.
Short person problems.
So right now we're painting the walls and the ceiling 2 different colors right now. So when we're spraying the walls, it's gonna be, I think, a tannish color, while the top is just gonna be white. And so if we don't cover the ceiling in plastic, then the paint that's gonna be sprayed on the walls is going to get up on the roof, and it'll show like little particles, little speckles. Actually, if you look at this girl's helmet right here, you'll be able to get a good picture of what happens when you spray paint. See all that white little dots right there? So if we don't do that, we'd have little tan dots polka dotting the ceiling. And I don't know, some people would like that sort of thing, but in this situation, I don't, so we're not gonna do it.
I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, this is gonna cover the entire ceiling.
Oh, wait, I thought you were painting the ceiling first.
I was told to paint the walls first. Wait, what?
No, I'm pretty sure he said ceiling first, always.
Okay, well that's confusing because he told me to do exactly what Junior did and he taped the ceiling first.
Double check, my friend.
I will go double check. We're gonna hit the undo button. This is so sad.
What are you doing? Don't you have to tape the wall?
We have to paint the wall or the ceiling first. So right now, I was told to do the opposite, but it's okay. I'm gonna have to redo.
So that means in order to paint the ceiling first, you have to protect the walls.
Yes. Just a little bit of miscommunication on the part, but we'll get it done. It's not that big of a deal. So right now, there's a little bit of a change in how we're gonna do this. We're going to be painting the ceiling first. So now instead of protecting the ceiling, we're gonna go ahead and protect the walls, and we're gonna open up the ceiling so it can all get painted. So I gotta take all this tape off and then just do the same, just on the opposite corner, and get it as nice and flush as I possibly can. So when I tape the next one, it'll come off looking as clean as it possibly can be. So we're just gonna do this just to be safe, so when we go over with the tape on the walls, there won't be any dots on there that are too noticeable. Good, so I'm about done, halfway done with this part. After I finish this, I'll be smacking up plastic on the walls. And then afterwards, we're gonna roll the paint sprayer in here. And then we're gonna paint some walls.
What are you doing here, brother?
Just grabbing some more paint. This is the stuff that goes on the ceiling. So just gotta haul all the way back over there and slap it on the wall. Yeah, this was probably one of the parts of this job that I'm not too familiar about. This is the first time I've painted, so I don't know what paint is which. All right.
So when it's priming, what is it doing?
I just got to do one last thing. Got to cover up the oven light so it doesn't get paint on it.
All right, we are painting right now. So right now, I'm just gonna make my way from side to side and work my way that way. But as I'm going through, I'm gonna be sure to paint the corner right there to make sure that the paint gets up in there. So when we take off the tape, it's gonna be that nice clean line on it. Okay. Well, I guess we're not painting yet. All right, technical difficulties, but now we're ready. Feels good. Feels like we've built up to this for a little bit, and it feels good to actually smack some paint in the wall. So it feels good.
How's it going?
It's going good so far. Just smacking out the corners right here like so. There we go. It's important to get the corners first because one of the delicate processes of painting with a sprayer is you don't want to move your wrist too much. So when you're going back and forth and trying to get the corners like that, in order to get them, if you're going from side to side, is you do have to tilt your hand a little bit to just get in that nook and cranny. So just going around the base like that makes it a lot easier from going back and forth. So instead of having to start all the way at that corner right there, working myself over, I can just start right about there. Sweet. Looks good. So in the construction world and any world in general, there's going to be small little mistakes that set you back. That's something that we experienced today with the taping and the procedure of that. But thankfully, it wasn't anything too catastrophic. And after a couple of fixes, we were able to get the tape done and moving on to paint. Bouncing back is the most important thing about a mistake, because a mistake can be the greatest tool in your tool belt because of the fact that you learn from it. And as long as you keep building those failures on top of themselves constructively to give you that know-how and that experience and that confidence, then you'll be able to do some amazing things. Learning from your mistakes is the best thing that you can do with your mistakes.